It is Tuesday morning, so it is time for the live show. It is time for Tuesday with Mrs. Tucker. So I'm Mrs. Tucker. I'm Katie Tucker. I'm Coach Katie, and every Tuesday at 9:30, I come to you with a live free training, and I really hope you enjoy today. So today's kind of tagging on to what we talked about last week. So last week we talked about I gave you 5 strategies to win the cravings battle. So I hope you guys had tried some of those strategies this week, but I know that there might have been a few questions, and I wanted to kind of get the cleanup, finish it out, really round it out, because I know cravings are such a big deal, and they're really challenging, and they could really derail us. And I want to make sure you guys know what you're doing. So I wanted to kind of continue on with like junk food this week and talk about the healthier options and the healthier alternatives. So say hello to me as you are logging in. I hope that you guys are all having a fabulous morning. Oh, hey, Sarah. Hey, Mindy. Good morning. Thank you for joining me live. If you guys are joining me on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. If you're finding this in an email or YouTube, click like or subscribe if you are enjoying these and want to keep seeing them. So this morning we are talking about the junk food alternatives. Who is fired up and ready to hear about them? Are they healthy? Are they not? Should we eat them? Should we leave them in the stores? Should we make them at home? What should we do? I'm here to talk about it, okay? So be fired up, but take a deep breath, okay? Sarah's fired up. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, so is it really like a marketing trick, or are things a healthy alternative? The answer is it really depends, okay? The simple answer is it depends. But what we're gonna dive deep into it, okay? So don't you worry. So like healthy snacking is everywhere, right? That's what we hear about all the time. We hear about it everywhere. So we hear about frozen yogurt. We hear about those keto-friendly like fat balls, right? They keep showing up in the Instagram feed, like all the recipes and all these pictures of these, like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? They're like balls. They're always circular, and a lot of times they're made with some kind of nut butter, like peanut butter or like an almond butter, and often they like coat them in dark chocolate, and then they sprinkle a little sea salt on them, and now you got this keto-friendly healthy ball, and there are recipes everywhere. I mean, like, do you guys see them everywhere like I do? Like this is like been the craze for a few years now. Ever since keto started getting big, it's like, oh, well, maybe they got big a little bit before. Like, they were like in the gyms when I worked at too. Like, the owners were like making them from scratch and everything. Oh, thank you, Mindy. Mindy says, yep, they're often called fat bombs, right? It says it right there. They're fat bombs. Yet they're this like coined healthy thing. Like, so I wanted to talk briefly about those because I know you guys are seeing them everywhere. So they're jam-packed with these like healthy calories, okay? So they're being called healthy because it does have healthy fats in them. And they're low in carbs. So a lot of times they're being put into this like diet food or health conscious land, and people that are looking to lose weight find them. You know what I mean? So they're low in carbs, but they're really high in calories, guys. So 1 tablespoon of any nut butter is around 100 calories, okay? Oftentimes a serving is 2 tablespoons, which is 200 calories. I have seen, I've done it myself, when you scoop peanut butter with a tablespoon, it's not like we're scraping it off, right? If we were to level off the tablespoon, now we have a tablespoon. But if you scoop it out and you're like, oh, look, a tablespoon. No, I've measured it. It's 2. So every time you take a scoop of peanut butter, it's probably 2 tablespoons. Right there is 200 calories. Now, I'm not telling you guys all to freak out about about calories, but I do know that is a way you guys will understand like the metrics and what I'm talking about, because calories are real, they're here, and we can use calories when we want to use them as a tool, okay? So we're not obsessing about them, but we can totally use back of nutrition labels to find out calories and some other things, and that can help inform us about what it is we're doing, okay? So so they're healthy, but because of the healthy fat, and that they have protein in them too. But these things are not going to necessarily help you lose weight if that is one of the goals, one of like your health goals. Because I'm sure like we all have like a few health goals, right? It's not like just lose weight. We're in this group because we're not looking for the quick fix. We're not looking for a diet. We're looking to actually be healthy. But I know that we're also here because weight loss is real. Weight loss is part of our goal. So you can't, I don't like to say that either. It's not that you can't, but I don't want you to eat 10 of these fat bomb things going, oh my God, I'm being so healthy. I'm going to lose so much weight because I made these keto friendly balls, and I'm just going to pop one like every hour because, because they're right. They're so easy to eat. And it's not like they're good. It's not like they're bad. Like they're good. But if weight loss is your goal, you got to be really careful with them. They're a healthier snack. Okay, they're a healthy alternative, not necessarily a weight loss promoting alternative. Okay, so let's say you make a really, really little one and it's only 100 calories, and they're healthy calories, but they're still calories, right? They're not calorie-free things. Well, I just started thinking about, we had talked about macros in the group the other day. I will return to macros either later in this video or in another one, but because now we've added a lot of fat, right? And that could throw off our balance of macros if we're using macros. Either way, let's say you had a little one, it was about 100 calories. That is going to be healthier than a 100-calorie kids snack pack thing. Then there's like, people sell things like that. Like, it's only 100 calories and they're cookies. They're like Chips Ahoy or something, right? Ultra processed, lots of chemicals. They're going to stay fresh forever, versus this recipe you saw on Instagram that you made at home, right? The thing on Instagram recipe that you made at home is healthier, okay? Than the 100-calorie kids snack pack item. But you got to put it in perspective, okay? You wouldn't eat 10 of the kids' 100-calorie snack packs throughout the day, right? But you might end up eating 10 of those fat bomb thingies. Does this make sense? Mindy says, I made them before. Keto is a fat-based diet. They are better than the bulletproof coffee. Oh my God, I keep reading about the bulletproof coffee. I get some kind of email all the time. I think it's bulletproof. I think so. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. So keto is a fat-based diet. So that would be a good recipe if you were doing keto. But most of us are having more a well-balanced diet and trying to, when we eat carbs, we're eating healthier carbs. That's part of why keto is really funny and only works for some people and for some of the time, because we need healthy fats, but we need healthy fats. And we can't have only fat. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So, Sarah says, sadly, it makes sense. But you get it? So it is healthy, but we got to keep it in perspective. So these junk food alternatives are everywhere, and they can be really helpful, okay? But there's a couple things I want you guys to keep in mind. Oh, Mindy says chemicals are the devil. Oh, my God. Yes. Thank you for saying that. Yes, they are. It's ridiculous. And we're going to talk a lot about that in this group and in future trainings, and I'm writing this really cool workshop for you guys, actually. I haven't told anybody about it yet. And we're going to talk about a little bit about chemicals in there, too. So today we're talking about our healthy junk food alternatives. So first, most of them are healthier junk foods, okay? So So they're still junk foods. So when you make what I call like an upgraded selection, so like one of my upgraded things are these whey protein chips. They're nacho flavored, and they're like in triangles, and Quest makes them, and I eat them. And I eat them. But you got to keep in mind that I'm eating a healthier Dorito. Someone's messaging me and it is blinking. Okay, I got it to stop. Sorry, guys. Distracted. Okay, so you got to keep in mind that it's still I'm picking a healthier Dorito. So when I eat them, I'm thinking I'm eating Doritos, but I'm picking a healthier option. I have them in single serving bags. I don't eat them every day. It's not like it's still a snack. It's still a junk food. It's just a healthier option. If you want to know more about my Quest chips, let me know. I do have them on auto ship that comes every other month. And that's a way that I make sure I have a healthier option in the house, and not like Doritos just sitting around all the time that I can just go for. At least I have like it's an upgrade. It's an upgraded option. Oh, Sarah says Doritos, Mindy. Yes, I think Mindy does love Doritos. So you might like to try these. But you got to keep in mind, like if you're used to eating regular Doritos, it's like, do you know what I mean? You know what, I haven't even said it yet. But it's like if I was going to eat a Fiber One brownie instead of like a regular brownie, you can't eat them back to back. Like if you're used to eating the regular brownie all the time, every day, and now you have the Fiber One single brownie. It's not the same, and you're like, oh, it's not the same. But if you haven't had a brownie in like a year and you go for the Fiber One, it's like great, right? So you have to kind of get used to it, and you can't have it like smack back to back with the real thing. That's my feeling on some of those healthier, upgraded things that are packaged. All right, like if you're used to one, you gotta give a little break before you transfer over to the upgraded one, because your palate hasn't like gotten there yet. You know, like your taste buds and stuff will change. It totally will. Like I crave those nacho things that I was just talking about, the Quest chips. Whereas my husband, don't tell him I said this. My husband will eat regular Doritos and nacho chips. And I'll go get my other ones. That's the other moment that I utilize this upgraded option when someone else in the room is having the real thing, and I'm like, oh, I want some too. But you know what? My goals, are important to me. My why is really strong, but I still feel like I want something, and I didn't just eat. I could eat something. It's okay. Then I go for this other thing. So the point was that I'm still picking a Dorito, right? I'm just picking a healthier one. So just keep that in mind, that it's a better option. And it's not like, oh, a healthy thing, I'm just going to overdo it now, right? Okay. Mindy says, only recently, it's weird, but yes, I did the Quest chips when I was lower carb. Yeah, the Quest chips are lower in carbs, and they're like made with whey protein, so you're getting a whole I forget what they are. It's like 18 grams of protein or something in there. So I don't think I've talked about this in this group that much, but protein is something that you want to eat throughout the day. It's one of those things that you can't. It's one of the most important things to eat staggered throughout the day versus getting all your protein in at the end of the day. We need a constant supply of it, whereas other things we can eat when we need them, like carbs. Like, don't need a constant supply of carbs. Like, we can eat them before or after a workout. And vegetables, like, it's not so important that you get it in throughout the whole day sporadically. Like, I could eat 8 cups of vegetables at night if I wanted to, instead of breaking it up all throughout the day. But protein you want to eat throughout the day. So it is important to have some snacks that support that versus not. Versus not. You want to eat protein throughout the day. So I always feel a little like, yay, I ate protein even though I ate my healthier Dorito. Yeah. Anyway. You gotta give yourself some instant wins, right? We need some instant gratification. So I applaud everybody everywhere because it's really important to stay positive and happy about all this all the time, okay? Because then we got to keep going. We got to just keep plowing through every day. Okay. So if you have more questions about that, let me know. So the first thing to remember is that you are upgrading your junk food. So it's still a junk food, okay? Second is this should not be your only strategy, okay? So there's evidence suggesting that when people purposefully and mindfully choose a healthier substitute, what happens is that they often overeat later, okay? Or what I have found is that they overeat in the moment. So the studies have shown that when you eat a healthier option and you're like, oh, I'm eating an upgraded thing, then you overeat food later, like without thinking about it. And what I found with my clients is, although that to be true too, that people will overeat the healthier thing. So for instance, with my Dorito example, if I didn't have the single serving bags to stop me, I might have 2 or 3 servings of the healthier option instead, right? Because it's like, oh, I'm being healthy, right? Like it throws our brain, and then we eat more because we're like, oh, I can eat more because I'm healthier. Yeah. No. So if you knew, like for instance, like what was in like Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and knew like what a serving was, like you might only eat a serving of Haagen-Dazs. But now that you're eating, let's say like frozen yogurt, and you're like, oh, it's healthier, then you eat 2 or 3 servings. So in order for the junk food alternatives to be helpful in your weight loss, instead of harmful, they need to be used in conjunction with the other strategies, okay? So these are the strategies that we talked about last week, those 5 strategies I gave you in that video from last week. So we're talking about the healthy alternatives here today, but we want to do this in conjunction with our other ones that we talked about last week, okay? So if we don't use the strategies, if we don't ever have a plan and we're just haphazardly doing stuff, we're just going to continue that craving cycle, and we're going to do that with a different food, all right? We're just continuing a craving. We want to break the craving cycle. We want to win the battle, okay? We want to keep getting better and better. You know, if it was like, I like football. If it was football, like we want to keep having like many more points than the other team versus like just, you know, winning by 1 point. We want to keep getting better at it, okay? We want to ensure that we're making it to the Super Bowl. We want to get to our goal. We want to get to point B where we don't have the cravings anymore, all right? And that is actually possible. It is. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there together, okay? I got to tell you, my cravings, they're so much better than they used to be. It's unbelievable. It's so crazy. This stuff totally works, guys, okay? I promise. And I use a lot of those 5 strategies. I rotate them. They work. Practice makes perfect, right? So there are certain foods that I find certain strategies work better for, or certain cravings, right, that certain strategies work better for. Sometimes it's like, no, I need the real thing. Sometimes I need the healthy alternative. Sometimes I need to stop, take a break, you know, try to distract myself. Sometimes walking is better than playing a game on my phone, or, you know, you gotta figure it out. These are all proven strategies that will work, but it's best to try them. It's best to continue to try them, because just because it didn't work once doesn't mean it's not going to work tomorrow. You gotta try them, and you gotta track what works too. That way, because then you gotta remember, guys. You gotta remember what worked, and then you gotta make a system to remember it. So it might be like a sticky note somewhere that says, oh yeah, when I feel this way about this food, this craving, I call this person, then I talk to them for 10 minutes because that person always has 10 minutes, and then I forget about it, and that worked. Like, but you gotta remember to do that then. Okay? All right. So, where are we? Okay. So second was that it shouldn't be the only strategy. All right. Third, not all substitutes are created equal. All right. So although they include labels like organic or gluten-free or low calorie, our store-bought pre-packaged junk food alternatives are often made with this delicious, tantalizing, sexy combination of sugar, fat, and salt. All right. Other known as the brain-pleasing ingredients. It's like a drug. Okay, so it really does stuff to your brain, and we want to break this cycle. So, in fact, they're frequently manufactured to be easily eaten in large quantities. So even though the packaging says organic, gluten-free, low-calorie, keto-friendly, heart-healthy, all of these words on the package, they are manufactured to be eaten in a large quantity, okay? We got to be careful with it. So they're unlikely to help you avoid overeating when those craving, we talked about the craving hijackers, the ones that come on the plane and like take your plane and derail it. These foods are not going to help stop that from happening, okay? But don't worry, it's not all bad news. So the silver lining to choosing healthier upgrades to your current junk foods or your current like to-go foods, chosen wisely, healthy substitutes can help change your taste preferences. It can actually change your taste buds, okay? So for example, remember last week, one of the strategies was to like make your own junk food. Do you remember? It was towards the end. I think it was the fifth one. I think it was our fifth strategy was to like make your own junk food. So let's go with like the ice cream example. So if we're used to eating store-bought ice cream and we start making it at home, and we could get used to eating homemade, no sugar added ice cream. And then when you crave ice cream, because now we've been eating this other kind of ice cream, this healthier alternative, although it's still ice cream, we've been eating this healthier alternative, you may actually start to crave that. You're going to crave your homemade ice cream instead of the store-bought, prepackaged, added chemicals, added stuff, hormone, milk, ice cream. All right. So then when you try, let's say, to even like go for like the healthiest sugar, let's say like fruit is like your healthiest sugar. You're actually going to start associating that kind of sugar with the craving. Okay. So you do that more and more and more. So we've gone from the store-bought ice cream. Now we're eating the homemade ice cream. Now we're starting to crave the homemade ice cream instead of the store-bought ice cream. Now we start trying to continue to upgrade our sugar craving for the ice cream with fruit is like our best one. All right. So I'm just going to jump straight to fruit. So let's say we start eating fruit every now and then instead of eating our homemade ice cream. Then we're going to start to crave fruit. Like, oh my God, we've gone from craving ice cream to actually craving fruit. Like our brain, our taste buds, our bodies just start to crave the sugar. And like, who has an issue with eating too much fruit? Who's complaining, oh my God, I crave fruit constantly? It's like not that, like, right? We don't have that problem. We're not like concerned when we crave a piece of fruit. Oh my God, I ate an extra piece of fruit today. Like the whole world's going to crash. Nobody says that, right? Does this make sense? Oh, Sarah says halt. Some addiction programs teach that cravings are worst when you are hungry, angry, lonely, tired. I'm a boredom slacker. Oh, yes. Yes. This we kind of talked about a bit last week with our strategies, right? These are not the reasons to go for, we don't want to use junk food to solve emotional feelings, right? But it's normal. It's totally normal to feel that way, and that be a reason that a craving occurs. Okay. And you just mentioned addiction programs. Oh, Mindy says I'm not seeing any of your... Oh, snacker. Thank you. Sarah's a boredom snacker, a slacker. And Mindy's not seeing the messages. I'm sorry, Mindy. I'm not sure how to fix that for you. You can see them after. You can see them after. Yeah, so sugar is an addiction. Especially, we're talking about like our processed, sugars, not like our natural sugars, right? So we want to stop having like white, sugar in a bag. The stuff that was thrown into all the good stuff, right? Like ice cream and like cookies and sugar cookies, right? Like how much sugar is in that stuff? That's the stuff that our bodies literally and our brain literally gets addicted to. And we need to break that cycle, okay? Because I know sugary foods are more the foods we crave. You guys have been telling me about sweets that are the things you crave, right? So wouldn't you guys be so excited if like you were craving like sugar, still sugar, but your body was craving fruits? Yay! We want to work our way there. So don't worry, like it comes. It definitely comes, but it's a journey. That's why our group is called this. It's our healthy lifestyle journey. We're getting there, okay? We can always work towards better no matter where we are on that journey, okay? So even if this is not a huge issue for you, we can use these strategies and these tools to make our choices just a little bit better, okay? So for instance, if you already had rarely craved Doritos and you were like me who are eating the Quest Dorito chips, I can upgrade that. Do you know what I mean? I can always get healthier. I can always get better, okay? So no matter where you are on this journey, don't worry. I'm giving you guys steps and tools, skill set, mindset, tool set, to get healthier no matter what point you're at right now, okay? So it would be great if we can start craving fruit, right? The more we keep prioritizing healthier options, because we're trusting in the process. It's a process, and we take those little steps to reach our goals every day or every week. We're going to get there, okay? Yeah, it's so cool when your body like craves sugar and it just and your brain is like fruit. Like it just started happening to me. It just literally in the last like month or two, I've started to crave fruit. Like I'm just so excited like that happened because like I just trusted in the process and I just kept going. And I tell you, I wasn't a big fruit eater. Like here I am a nutrition coach, but I'm telling you, I wasn't a big fruit eater. And, like we've been taught for so long, like, yes, fruit is healthy, but like when you're doing as many diets as I've done, like fruit is sugar. So we can't eat fruit either, right? We're not allowed to like eat too many fruits. Like we can't have bananas, and I hate grapefruit and just don't like it. And even oranges, like I'm just a texture person. I don't like when my hands get messy. I have a million napkins. I have a lot of things. I'm a complicated creature. But yeah, so either way, fruit is like, and fruit was hard on my stomach too. But as I cleaned up my diet, like over many years, my stomach has gotten a lot better. But I was still nervous to like incorporate fruit because like I didn't want to have like IBS. So there are certain fruits that are easier or harder. I've learned like how much of a fruit I can have. But either way, I've incorporated more fruits now, and only positive things to report back. And I am starting to crave fruit instead of craving other sugars like our cookies. Or there's oh my god, I used to crave these cookies. We call them crack cookies. Crack cookies from ShopRite. Oh my god, they're the ones that stand upright. Do you guys know those like store-made cookies that stand upright versus flat? Like they're the gourmet cookies. Oh my god, they're like insane. We call them crack cookies because you couldn't stop. It's ridiculous. But either way, we we've gone beyond that. We're not eating those anymore. They never come in the house, only for a party or something. Do those cookies show up, and then I send them home with people. And I'm like, or maybe I save 2 and I put them in the freezer, like my little treat. Oh yeah, because we gotta get to the step-by-step process here, the 2-step process. Because sometimes you might want the real thing. All right, so that's what we're gonna get into. So so for these reasons that I was talking about before I went off on that little tangent, choosing junk food alternatives that contain mostly whole food ingredients, they can be made at home and aren't extremely calorie dense, is your best bet. Okay, so if you can use whole food ingredients and make it at home, and they're not ridiculously calorie dense, these are going to be your best bet options. Now, the lesser bet options would be like whole food stuffs that are calorie dense, but then you got to be careful, right? Like the fat bomb things that we were talking about in the beginning. So here is the quickie 2-step process on deciding what to do, whether to have the real thing or whether to have the healthier alternative, okay? So step 1, decide if you want the real thing, okay? We might want to put this in the comments too. Are you guys getting excited about this? Give me some fire, give me some heart emojis, let me know. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if you are loving this stuff, if this is helpful. I need to know if I'm helping you guys because that is what I'm here to do. So you guys always got to tell me. You got to tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling, tell me what you need. That way I can give it to you, because I can only give it to you if I know what you need. Okay, so step 1 is decide if you want the real thing. So arguably truly enjoying, as I discussed last week, and Tina quoted it this way: make love to your junk food. She wanted to make love to her potato chips. She's like, I'm going to light some candles. I'm going to get a fancy plate. I'm going to set the mood. I'm going to eat one at a time. I want to suck on that potato chip, right? I'm going to chew it, just keep chewing it. Only eat one at a time. That's what we're talking about, guys, right? So you can make love to that full fat. I'm a Haagen-Dazs eater. If I'm going to eat store-bought ice cream, I'm going to go for that expensive stuff, although I try to only buy it when it's on sale. But at the same time, I try to use that strategy we talked about last week about making a special trip. Don't just have it in the house. Make a special trip to go get it so that it's like an event. It's exciting. And it's not just there. It creates a lag. It creates a time gap between having the craving and going and getting it, bringing it home and eating it, right? So, yeah. So eating that full fat, like Haagen-Dazs, ice cream. Also, then the most we can have is a pint. It's still like 3 servings. Still 3 servings. But the most we can, it's not like we're buying like a big tub or something. So in a reasonable portion, that totally beats a compulsive, automatically gobbled gallon of a healthy substitute that leaves this weird chemical aftertaste in your mouth. Okay? So no matter what your goals are, you absolutely always have the right to choose to indulge from time to time. All right? All right. So don't feel like you can't have stuff. We talked about that a lot during the Jumpstart. You guys get to choose what your lifestyle is. And I imagine you guys want to indulge every now and then. We want to know that having these things every now and then it's no big deal. It's real life. It's real life, guys. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't be like, oh my God, I can never have that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's going to be fine. You just can't have it every day if your goal is weight loss and health. Yeah. All right. So before opting for your junk food alternative, just like by default, decide whether or not you truly want the real thing. All right. So I want you to ask yourself these questions when trying to make this decision. When was the last time you had it? Was it yesterday? Can you remember? If you can't remember, it's probably fine. It's been too long. It's been too long since we had the real thing. Are you actually hungry? Or do you just feel like eating? Because I still, to this day, know that moment, okay, where I'm not hungry, but just feel like eating something. That is not the moment. That is not the moment to have the full fat ice cream. All right, I'm telling you. So, do you actually think that if you choose the real thing, can you eat it slowly, mindfully, and stop when you are satisfied? And the satisfied word I use to talk about eating to 80% full. I think we're going to talk about that in another training. But we're trying to always just eat till satisfied, not to all the way full, not to stuffed, and not to, past that. That moment when you have to open your pants and you feel like you're going to throw up. We never want to get to that point. The fourth thing to ask yourself is, will you be able to feel happy? Will you feel happy when you're done? Will you be satisfied? Or are you more than likely going to feel like guilty or regretful, or are you like, if something's going to make you cry and be sad later, or you'll be kicking yourself and just so upset? This is all about being happy, guys. I want you to be happy and healthy every day, okay? And if you can feel happy and healthy and eat the ice cream, and it's been a long time, eat it. Eat it. If you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so sad, then that is not the thing that no, don't do it. All right. Is this making sense? Let me know if this is making sense. Oh, Mindy says Tina and her chips. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to ask Tina about, she practiced her chips this weekend. We call it practicing because we're working on a healthier way of eating them when we eat them. And she was so successful. So you're going to have to ask her about that. So we're deciding if we really want to eat the real thing. And if we do, we want to enjoy it. We want to savor it. We want to smell it. We want to eat it slowly. We want to make a big deal about it. Okay. All right. Like use all your senses. Put it on a pretty plate with real silverware, maybe a placemat. I started getting into putting placemats down. It really helps your brain know that this is, and I sit not in front of the TV. And you totally enjoy it, and then you move on. All right, guys? Then you move on. All right. So if you decide that the real thing isn't worth it, or that you really don't want it that badly, you can wait, or you're not hungry, you can go for a swap that's more wholesome and still satisfying. All right. So the last part right here is to also remember that not eating anything is also an option. Okay? You can always decide to not eat anything. If you are not hungry and don't really need it, and you can wait till tomorrow or a week, then wait. That's also an option too. Okay? But it's not all about willpower. It's not all about willpower or motivation. So if you're not truly hungry, you may find doing one of the activities that we talked, and strategies that we talked about last week help lessen that craving until it subsides. Because normally about after 20 minutes, if you're not really hungry and you distract yourself and you just go do something else, it passes. Okay? So you always have that as an option too. So step one was decide if you want the real thing, or you're not going to have anything, or you're going to go for the substitute. Step 2 is satisfy your craving if you're going to have something and you didn't go for the real thing, with the healthier substitute. Okay? So disrupting the craving cycle is key, but it takes time and practice to master it. We're all about mastering these things here, right? We're doing little itsy bitsy baby tiny steps until those baby steps turn into huge steps with huge results that change our lives. So no matter how in tune you are with your appetite, emotions, and eating habits, there's going to be times when you have a craving, are truly feeling hungry, and you want another option. All right? I promise. It's going to happen. You're going to have a craving, and you're going to want to indulge in something. And if you want the healthier option, this is what we're going to do. This is when the healthy junk food alternatives do come in handy. So I'm going to be posting some recipes in our group from Precision Nutrition cookbooks that I have. And most of these recipes can be whipped up in just a couple minutes. And that's a really good thing, right? Because they do take a little bit of time and effort. And sometimes that may even help disrupt that craving cycle. But it's not it's not like it takes like hours. It's not like you have to like bake a whole cake and it's going to take like forever. All right. So although they taste like indulgent, they're made with fresh and wholesome ingredients. All right. So I'm going to be posting those recipes versus just talking about them all right now. And I'm going to post one today. And if you have some specific things that you're looking for alternatives of, let me know. And go ahead and enjoy them. I give you permission, if you need permission, to enjoy. The one that's coming today is mousse. Chocolate mousse. Yay, chocolate mousse. So enjoy them, but just don't enjoy all of them all at once. That's why I'm gonna stagger giving you the recipes just in case you're like, oh, every day I'm gonna make mousse or another one. And always remember, when you eat these things, to eat slowly and mindfully until just satisfied. Okay? What are you guys saying over here? Oh, Sarah needs your recipes. Yes. I'm totally all for recipes. And so this month I'm gonna be giving you the junk food alternative recipes. Yay! All right. So lastly, I'm gonna hold a contest in our group, guys. I'm gonna hold a contest, giving you opportunity to win stuff. So I'm new to running, being the leader of a group. Being the leader of a Facebook group. And I was like, oh, that's like something fun we can do in our group, so I'm going to have a contest. So the first contest that we're going to run in our group starts today, all right? So it's going to go today through Monday, probably like Monday night. Definitely this particular one's going to end by the next time I go live, because during the next week's live, I'm going to, hopefully I can announce the winner of this week's little challenge. So we are going to have a challenge, a little contest to see who can add the most friends to our group, the most friends that want this kind of help. Okay. So, what you're going to do is, in our group, there's a little pink button, hot pink, I think, and it says invite, and you can click that button and invite your Facebook friends to our group. But I do suggest sending them a message, or if they're like your close friends, like a phone call or text or whatever. It could be like a Facebook message, a direct message, telling them what you've been getting out of our group and why they should join us. So maybe you have friends that need to lose weight, or you're concerned for their health. This is like a really helpful, loving way of offering free help to someone you love and care about. Okay. That stuff really hits home for me. And in the fall here, right, like all the kids are going back to school, and our immune systems, I'm just really worried about everybody's immune systems. Like we need to be healthy. We need to be healthy right now. Like there's a virus going around that's very real, and I want you guys to be doing all you can to be healthy, and that's the way I can help. So you're gonna invite your friends to join, and then when your friend says, okay, great, I've joined, you're gonna write a post welcoming them to the group, and then you're gonna tag your friend, or if you have multiple friends, you're gonna tag all your friends in your post welcoming them, and then we're all gonna be like, yay, you're here, welcome to our journey. And then you're going to use the hashtag healthy lifestyle, okay? Because that's what we're all about here. We're all about our healthy lifestyle. And so you're going to invite your friends, you're going to create a post, you're going to tag your friends in it, and you're going to use the hashtag healthy lifestyle. And then I'm going to use that, I'm going to be able to search that hashtag, and that way I'm going to be able to see all the friends that got added during the week, and whoever has the most friends that got added during the week is going to have receive a free workout class with me, one of our express classes. Oh, that reminds me, I'll post the schedule so that you guys can know when the classes are for October, and then you can use your class whenever you'd like in October before Halloween. Okay? Let me know if this sounds good. Let me know if you're liking this. So go out and spread the word about our healthy lifestyle journey group. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's training. And give me a shout out if these things are helpful, they're working for you. If you have questions about them, you can post your questions in the group. You can direct message me. You can email me, whatever you would like. And I hope you guys have a very healthy and happy day. And I will see you guys all soon in the group. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.